Hey y'all, welcome to 7th House Tarot. My time right now is 12:12 as I'm looking at the clock, so that tells me that my thoughts are very powerful right now, that I'm focused and I'm on track, so I think this is going to be a good reading here. I'm going to start out with some dice throws, see what we got going on. Okay, so we got the Sun, the 11th house, and Pisces. So that tells me with the Sun is warmth, confidence, vitality. You're meant to shine authentically here, not dim yourself for anyone. So you're really in the moment to own your own magic. Okay. The 11th house is about people, dreams, and the collective good. So it's where you attract your tribe, those who vibe with your truth. And the sun here tells me that you're meant to lead here. So you're really the main energy here, but in a group project. And the Pisces energy brings intuition, spirituality, emotional intelligence. So you're being seen, or you are seeing what others aren't seeing. Okay. But it's just the direction I see here is kind of leading from your heart, using your gifts to heal, inspire, and uplift here. So it's a beautiful time to share your story, start a soul-based project, or connect with like-minded dreamers. Just don't lose your individuality in the crowd here. But let's go ahead and see what the message brings for us. So I'm going to start out here with some oracle cards. Let's see. Let's get these out of the way here. Okay. So we start out with good health. Your commitment to wellness is paying off. Keep making choices that support your highest well-being. Your health is on the rise. Okay, for those that you taking care of yourself. We also had misunderstanding flip over. A misunderstanding may feel like a wall, but it's one that can be torn down with patience and honesty here. Listen with the intent to understand and release the need to be right. Clarity will emerge from the fog. Okay. Malicious intent. Be mindful of those around you. Not all intentions are what they seem. Notice when the energy feels off and use your discernment to gain better clarity. All right, let's see if we have anything else that pops out for us here. Okay, we had one start to flip over, cutting ties. Not all connections are meant to last. Some bonds become chains holding you back from the life you are destined to live. It's time to cut the ties that no longer serve you. Okay, I feel like we've got a good theme going here. Can you guys still see those? Sorry. There, how's that? Okay, perfect. All right, let's get into the message here. All right, Spirit, what is it that the collective needs to know today? What message do they need to hear? Okay, I did a little shuffling around so you have a better vision here. And so let's go ahead and jump into the message. First of all, let's draw a couple of cards and see who this message is for. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands and the Two of Wands. Okay, so that tells me that you are someone who is like the achiever dreamer type, confident, forward thinking, maybe looking for something a little bit more. When we tie in the sun, the 11th house, and the Pisces energy, though, you might be someone who thrives in public spaces or social influence, maybe creative or spiritual communities. Could be a performer, a coach, a healer, a content creator, someone who others look up to for inspiration or insight. Okay. But the Pisces undertone suggests that behind the spotlight energy, there's sensitivity, maybe a touch of imposter syndrome. Okay, so with this Five of Wands in the current situation here, I see tension, competition, maybe energetic friction. It doesn't always have to be bad. It could just mean that there's too many voices, too many directions, or even inner chaos while you're trying to find some clarity in your situation. It's like you're fighting to keep your center while others pull at your energy or other opinions clash. Maybe someone isn't supportive of the direction that you're going. But it's not about winning. It's about rising above the noise here in this situation. So in the challenge, we have the Two of Swords here. And so you are at a crossroads. So it's like decision paralysis. You know you got to make a choice, but emotionally, you're torn. There's a part of you that doesn't trust what's real, maybe because there's too much external energy with the Five of Wands, muddying up your intuition. But you can't think your way through this one. You've just got to feel it out, okay? And then so in the basis, we have the Page of Wands. So this is your creative spark, curiosity, or a message received. At your core, you're ready for something new, maybe exploring a new idea, a new passion, or a new path, but it's still in early stages. And so this page energy says, take the leap and learn as you go. So you might be starting a new job, a new side gig, maybe an online platform. Maybe you're starting a YouTube channel, whatever it is, this is your green light in this Page of Wands in the basis to be like, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to set out and try something else. In the recent past, we have the King of Cups here. Now, that could be a person that's water sign energy, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. But it might just also be you as well, like emotionally mature or trying to hold it together emotionally yourself. This card could represent you managing feelings while everything around you is turbulent. But past energy was steadying, but maybe you had to suppress more than you showed. Okay. So then we have in the crowning energy, we have the Page of Pentacles. So we have another page in the mix. So you're learning and you're in a growth cycle, but it's creatively and materially. So crowning means what's on your mind in this situation, what you want to manifest. You're thinking, how can I turn this idea or spark into something real and stable? So this is student energy, curiosity, hopeful, open. Okay. But good news though, we have the Star in the near future. So that tells me healing, hope, renewal. And after that messy energy of the Five of Wands and the Two of Swords, this is like a cosmic reset for you. The Star says the universe is realigning you, but only after you drop the dead weight. And if you stay till the end, you will see what I'm talking about here in the outcome. But this is your reminder to keep your faith even when it feels broken, because in divine timing, it's all going to work out for you. Okay, and then in your energy, I have the Four of Wands. And really showing some Aquarian energy here, some self-perception. You're craving stability, celebration, and belonging. You want something solid and joyful to stand on. This is the home, relationship, or community card. You might be creating or envisioning your safe place after chaos. You'll see yourself as ready for peace and mutual joy, not constant effort here. Now, in your hopes and, sorry, I tried to skip your external influences. The devil is in the external influences. So this could be a person or an energy attachment that's dragging you down. It might be draining you. It might be toxic dynamics, addiction to a pattern, or someone's control or manipulating energy in your orbit. It's the thing that keeps you from full freedom. Okay, so recognize what keeps you bound and reclaim your power. If we want to clarify that devil energy just a little bit, if you are curious if this is your reading. Okay, so I have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I want to clarify that Nine of Pentacles in reverse just a little bit deeper here and see what else we've got in the cards, okay? So I have the Empress in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like that's telling me that there is like an external, like a relationship, whether it's someone, a friend, a loved one, a family member, a work situation, or some kind of influence that is maybe just not supportive of you, not supportive of the direction you're taking, or not supportive of whatever it is that your topic or whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe they're not supportive, and it just adds some chaos to your life versus them being supportive. So if we move on in your hopes and fears, you have the Temperance card. So you're praying for balance, healing, patience, but you're also afraid it's taking too long. You might want that instant gratification and you're not quite getting it. But the Temperance reminds you that alchemy takes time, and you're blending lessons, not skipping them. Like you're trying to follow the course here. You're afraid the chaos won't settle, but your soul is asking for you to trust in divine timing here. And then in the likely outcome, we have the Ten of Swords. So ending, yes, but it's an end of a cycle, but also a release here. This is it's finally over energy. Something that's been mentally or emotionally tormenting you comes to a complete close. The pain has already peaked and it's recovery time. So remember, the Star always follows the Ten of Swords in the tarot sequence. You're stepping from breakdown into breakthrough, and you've got this Star card in your near future. Okay, so let's take a look and see if we can clarify that Ten of Swords here and see what we've got. Okay, so I've got the Eight of Swords, the Judgment card, and the Nine of Swords. So the Eight of Swords, we've got mental entrapment, like you're feeling stuck or powerless. But the Judgment is awakening and liberation. So here's your redemption. Like you're breaking through these, the anxiety and the overthinking with the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords. And so what I'm seeing here is you might be confronting a karmic pattern repeating. Feelings of being trapped or silenced, guilt, fear, or anxiety, followed by a hard but final ending with that Ten of Swords. Okay. So, and again, we've got that star in the near future. So just keep in mind, yes, you might have some turbulence. It's not punishment, it's liberation. But once you stop fighting at the end, the light does return for you. I think the spread ties nicely with the Oracle cards now that we kind of loop it all together. You've got this good health Oracle card, and it talks about stepping in really into your own power and taking off and doing what's right for you. And then we've got this misunderstanding, malicious intent. I think if you're dealing with a relationship, you might have someone in your life that's not fully supportive, like we talked about before, and they might feel threatened or they want to be in control. And here you just have to kind of cut those ties. Not necessarily, I'm not saying you have to leave the relationship, but just put some boundaries in place and know what's best for you and work on that for you. And sometimes you just have to have a wait and see moment at the end, because I do feel like the star is going to come through for you and it's going to all work out for you in the long run. So the advice here is we've got the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is about disappointment and regret. So just carrying sadness right now, but maybe over what didn't work, what we lost, or what never turned out the way that we'd hoped. There's some emotional heaviness here. We've got the Eight of Cups, and that is the brave walkaway moment. Like, I can't stay in what hurts just because it's familiar. So the energy right now is about emotional maturity, choosing peace over drama and growth over guilt here. We've got the Five of Pentacles. This is our left out in the cold feeling of isolation, rejection. But there's a secret here. It's temporary. The card reminds us that sometimes the universe separates us so we can heal, not to punish. But it helps us to realign here. So if you're feeling like an outsider right now, trust what you're being repositioned for something much more aligned. Okay. Then we have the Page of Cups. And so the Page of Cups says, it's after all the emotional release, the heart starts to open again. This is your fresh emotional energy, love, forgiveness, curiosity, inspiration. It's like the collective heart saying, okay, maybe I'm ready to feel again. Maybe I can trust again. It's soft, it's innocent, it's healing. And then we have the Ten of Cups. So with this Ten of Cups, you've got emotional fulfillment you've been craving, peace, unity, joy. But notice how we don't get here by skipping the pain. We get here by feeling it, learning from it, choosing connection over fear. But don't let your past define your capacity for joy here. Your heart still knows how to love, and better days are ahead of you. So the whole spread is a journey from emotional loss to emotional abundance here, from disappointment to rebirth, to surviving alone to thriving together. So wherever you are in the process, be gentle with yourself. You're not behind, you're healing, and the Ten of Cups is waiting for you on the other side.